So here's our card. It's a dress card, and I'm calling this a New Year's card, but you could actually use it, you know, for lots of occasions, couldn't you? So this is our dress to the nines dress, and a greeting that says best wishes, which is what we do wish people for the new year, right? Okay. Alrighty, so the things you're going to need for this card are a Whisper White cut 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4 for your card. Scoring helps you fold the card easily, and the left side will be the front. The left front will, the fold will be the left front side of your card. Duh! Why my tongue is tied. All right, you're also going to need a card front that's cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then the next size down you're going to need a card front that's cut 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And that'll give you that nice background, and you can go ahead and adhere those in their layers to the front of the card using snail adhesive. Okay, to do the dress you're going to need, well, you're also going to need some scraps. And this is, anytime you have this kind of a tag, this is a great way to use up scraps. So here's some scraps of white and silver and black, so you'll need those to make that tag. But we'll do that in a minute. The dress is the focus of this. The dress is cut using the Sizzix die that's called circle scallop, circle comma scallop, or scallop circle. Okay, and what it does is cut about a 4-inch, I don't know if you can see the die, about a 4-inch scallop. This helps you get an idea of the size of the image. A 4-inch scallop circle. Okay, you can, the first thing I did was to cut one of these in white, and then to draw my pattern. And so what I did is I knew I wanted 4 scallops in the top of the dress, so I made a mark. I then knew that I wanted to come down from there, find the center, find 2 scallops that were centered off of the center of the top of the dress, and then I counted 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and then made another mark. Okay, and then I took a straight edge ruler, whatever you have, and I knew I wanted to come down about 1 1/4 inches for the waistline. So from that I drew inward at an angle. You'll have to play with your angle. Be sure to do it in pencil so you can erase and redo if you don't like the effect. And I drew those in, and then I just met those lines with the lines from here, and that made my pattern. That made my dress pattern, and you'll be able to use that over and over again for making lots of wonderful dress cards. Okay, so then I cut a black circle. You can see that this has been cut out. I cut a black scallop circle, and then I laid my pattern on the circle, and I cut my black dress. Okay, so then I have my black dress. The dress is embossed, as you see. It's got texture, and that is done with the Elegant Lines embossing folder. And this is the Elegant Lines embossing folder. You can see the elegant lines of it. Maybe if I open it you can. Anyway, so it makes wonderful swirly lines. Okay, and so then you just kind of play with the placement, because you can see through it to see where the different embellishments or whatever would go. And I found a kind of an angle that I liked, like that, so that I get this swirl in the bodice. So I then use the, oh, it's heavy for me, the Big Shot machine to dry emboss using this folder through the machine to get the lovely texture on the dress. Okay, and then and use that also to cut the scallop script, for the Big Shot machine cuts that. You cut lots of different layers of thickness, thin to thick. Okay, here we go. So then we need some red satin ribbon. This is 5/8 inch real red satin ribbon, and you're going to need 2 lengths of that. And the first length is 1 7/8 for the bow, and 3 inches for the belt. And you'll take the 3-inch piece and wrap it around the dress, put some nail adhesive on the back of the dress, and then adhere the ribbon to that adhesive on the back. Then you're going to take a I don't have these here, that's another thing out of reach. Okay, this is a brad from either the Pretties kit, if you have that already from last season, or we sell these now separately, a jeweled brad. This one is a clear. And then you take the brad and the small piece of satin ribbon, 1 3/4 inch piece, and you wrap the brad ends around the ribbon and scrunch it in, and then you'll probably have to trim the ends of the brad off, and they trim off very easily with a pair of craft scissors. And then you'll trim the ends of the ribbon to the kind of effect you want, and then you will adhere it to the dress using mini glue dots. Okay, and then you'll use snail adhesive to attach the dress to the card front at an angle, leaving room for your scallop tag.